What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us once again on this live stream in episode 2 of DC Decode with my man Alex Haynes here and myself. We will be going and diving into Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. So if you haven't seen it, well, probably you might not want to watch this till after you watch it. But yeah, we are going to be talking about that, some DCU stuff, and we won't take much of your time, or we might, who knows? But we're gonna start things off with my man Alex here from Haynes for Heroes to kind of give us a little description of what we experienced. So Alex, why don't you take it away, my friend?
Got it. Thanks for having us again, Robbie. I'm so excited for this. All right.
Yeah.
So episode 2, let me pull up my notes. So we get what I definitely wanted. We start with a flashback 8 months ago before the start of the series where Rick Flag Sr. is appointed as the head of Argus. And that's when he uses his power to find out the truth behind the death of his son. So now, we got the motive. And then fast forward, we find Peacemaker in the, what is it called? The quantum
unfolding chamber.
The quantum unfolding chamber,
yeah,
dealing with killing himself in a way, his alternate self, and trying to get rid of the body with the help of Vigilante. Hilarious scene.
Yeah.
And while this is going on, Rick Flag Sr. still doesn't trust Economos, so he sends in Agent Flurry to keep track of him. And Flurry, yeah, it took. I had to look it up too. I was like, it's something fun. But he sent Agent Flurry to keep tabs on Economos and see like what is Peacemaker up to. And with Peacemaker dealing with this alternate self, and he's kind of feeling like, maybe I should just take my alternate self's place in his universe. But more on that later. Eventually, Peacemaker and the 11th Street kids all go to Harcourt's place to celebrate Economos' birthday party on the rooftop, and they have a great time. And while at this party, Chris tries having a heart-to-heart conversation with Harcourt, and she just totally blows up on him, sending him in an even deeper spiral of depression that our boy Chris was already in to begin with. And while this party is going on, Agent Flurry and his squad of agents try breaking into Peacemaker's house to find the quantum unfolding chamber, only for Eagle-E to just show up and absolutely wreck them.
Oh man, what a scene.
and then finally the episode ends with Peacemaker going into the alternate universe and seemingly deciding that he's going to stay there permanently. So that's where we left off episode 2. But overall, what did you think of episode 2, Rob?
Oh man, I know, man, oof. Sorry guys, I needed a minute to breathe and process. So I was speaking to Alex earlier, and I was telling him, like, I don't know. This episode, it wasn't bad. Let me start it off right here. It wasn't bad. It was very enjoyable. It was funny. There were good scenes. It's a build-up episode, as Alex said. It's a build-up. So we're establishing some things, ironing out things. Some people need a lot more help than they think, and even we thought, because wow. Harcourt is just I don't hate her. I like her as a character. I just wish that they wouldn't make her so ruthless and witchy with a capital B. I just wish that she wasn't like that. But again, if this show shows us anything, that character development is a big thing here. A big thing. We see it in season 1 with Chris, and now we're seeing a little bit more character development, whether it's positive or negative. And it was a decent episode. I wish that a little bit more happened, I guess. And when I say a little bit more happened, because a lot did happen, but then at the same time, nothing really happened. I wish we kind of got a little bit more with the quantum unfolding chamber, which, hey, we still have a lot more show to go. And I'm very curious, as you said, seemingly Chris is going to stay in that reality permanently. And if you've seen the trailer for tonight's episode or today's episode, it's him being there and experiencing that life, the Chris of that universe and dimensions life. And it's like he's getting praised, I can appreciate the buildup of this episode. And I'm very curious, especially with Rick Flag Sr. Now we're getting somewhere with that storyline, because he came into Superman, and I remember we were both like, Yeah, I feel like this, this vendetta. What's up with the vendetta? Like, yeah, he knows his son died, but and then man, Rick Flag, that scene with him like reading everything, and then you get to see the scenes from the Suicide Squad movie. That was a really good like small scene there because you could tell his emotion on his face, but he's a hardened soldier. He's a captain, leader of Argus now. He doesn't have time for that, but I love that they took the time to show that scene, pan to him and just the way how he was just looking down in his face. It was really good. So I'm curious to see how Argus tasks sorry, excuse me, how Argus takes on Peacemaker eventually, because we know what's gonna happen. But eagerly wrecking people, man, that was
Oh,
that was pretty serious.
I loved that. That was honestly, I during Eagle Sea, like obviously, I do agree with you on how episode 2 it is very much a slow burn. It's just I feel like kind of like we talked about before this, it's setting up for everything that's going to happen this season. So it's just a lot of moving pieces. Like, all right, here's the trauma that everyone's dealing with, and
Yeah.
throughout the episode, we're getting a little bit more into what their issues are. Peacemaker, obviously we know what's going on with him. Harcourt, she's really deep in her mess. And I especially like the scene where she is in the store just kind of looking for whatever, for medication and all that, for all the bruises she got from her bar fight. And my wife really brought this up, and I was like, that's a really good point. When the other woman, came up to her and like asked her, like, hey, are you okay? Like, are you safe? I felt like that's a really powerful thing because you don't get a lot of that
No, not at all.
in movies
Not at
or
all.
TV series. And my wife brought that up. I was like, that's a really good point.
I
And
know. Yeah, I like that.
it's nice to see that, sisterhood. And then
I
I
I
was
wish
like,
that Harcourt was more on the sisterhood train because
yeah,
she just blew
yeah,
up on Homegirl.
yeah. It was like, you at least be like, you didn't have to cuss the girl out. Just at least be like, hey, no, I got in a fight. You know, you know, you should see the other guy. That's what I thought she was gonna do, but
Honestly,
Harcourt is just like so out of balance with who she is, because that part of her that was just essentially her entire identity, being this secret agent, being this killer, is ripped away from her, and so she is all out of whack. Like everything she believed or known to be true is now gone. And I feel like that's really like concerning for everyone. Like I feel like that's what all the characters are going through. Each of them like had their original personality, their identities taken, ripped away from them, and now they have to come to grips with who they are now. So like we see it with Peacemaker. He used to be just a ruthless assassin, but now he's realizing, no, I'm not that. So but so far he's the only one that's like going on that journey of like, no, I want to be a hero, I want to be a good person. Like now with Harcourt, she's like, okay, well now how do I just be a chill person?
yeah, no, it's impossible for her.
Yeah, and and I feel like understandably that's impossible for her if this has been her whole life. So it's going to be really interesting to see how she grows into that. And I also liked the little hint of desperation. We'll get into that with the predictions later, of when she's leaving the store and she's like looking at the cashier's wanted sign on the store.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
I'm like, uh-oh, she's feeling desperate.
yeah. I see.
No,
Okay, yeah.
no disrespect to anyone who's a cashier. I'm just saying, to go
No,
from
no, yeah, I get you.
secret agent killer to cashier, like that's a leap in career change.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna continue on what you're saying and agree with you. Like the desperation, she just that like that sigh of exasperation in her was just like, oh, okay. So I mean, are you actually considering this? Because what what's going on here? But she just lost her place. And to continue on what you and what your wife said, man, that was a very powerful scene. I remember seeing that woman walk up to her and talk to her and say, hey, are you okay? And I instantly was like, oh, way left field, but in a good way, in a good way,
Oh,
left field. I didn't expect that, and I'm curious to see the Harcourt of the alternate dimension or the other dimension and Chris interact, because Man, in that preview, his brother's even like, you're disappearing more than usual, and it's like, oh, are they gonna catch on? Like, are they gonna catch on? And I think that this episode does a good job of building up too, because it's like, as you said, Chris like had a crash out. Like he was at first I was like, man, is he about to pass out? Like, what's going on? There's no way he could be that drunk, but who knows? I mean, they were partying up there, so it was a very interesting scene too, seeing him just reach that level. I could tell it was like a panic attack as well, because like he actually genuinely likes her, which is very hard to believe, but he genuinely likes her. So man, you were right earlier when you're like, yeah, it seems like he's gonna stay there permanently because all he wants is true happiness. He wants to be accepted, which he's accepted with the 11th Street Kids, right? We can agree,
Yeah.
but he wants to be accepted in a different way. Like he wants to be accepted by his actual family who are not alive anymore, and he wants to be accepted by Harcourt. Like he wants her. He wants to be with her, and I feel like she wants to be with him too. It's just she's just being Harcourt. Like she's,
being
you
being
know,
hardcore.
I don't get it. Like I hope that they really solidify that within this season, because the fact that they put in that in the alternate dimension there are a couple, it's like, okay, all right, I know what you're hinting at here.
Mhm.
Don't lose us in the process of it,
Yeah.
don't lose us in the process.
Yeah, for sure. I really appreciated the scene where like when Chris was talking to Harcourt at the party, and I like the new like approach. Like it shows just the character growth in Peacemaker himself. Like when he's talking to her, he's like not outright flirting with her. He's like talking to her as a friend, like as a
Like, yeah,
human
like
being.
normally.
And he's genuinely concerned about her. He's not just trying to be with
Get
her.
in the pants,
He's
yeah.
like, no, like I'm not talking to you as someone trying to get with you. I'm talking to you as a friend, as a partner, as someone that worked with you. Like you're going through the same thing I'm going through. And like he's trying to help her out. And that he touched a nerve because she went off on him.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, you couldn't handle that truth
I
because
was really hoping, bro. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it's just like she couldn't handle that truth. She hated that idea that she is like old Peacemaker,
Oh,
and
it's a bit.
yeah, that was just really powerful moment. And then we even get to see like another person that needs to get their life together, Adebayo. I was, like what is she doing with her ex? Like that was
Yeah, that's messy.
that whole scene was like so uncomfortable because you could tell there was just so little communication on her part
Oh yeah, like
to her ex, and and lack of communication kills any relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just see that, like we talked about last week, that this false bravado Adebayo has now. It's kind of like she is so afraid of being afraid, like she was last season. So now she's like trying to do complete 180 to I don't know, just avoid the fear that comes with that life. And I just hope she doesn't do anything that will get her hurt, because I love Adebayo, and I want to give her a hug, but I'm like, girl, snap out of it.
Yeah, you gotta
Talk to your girl, be with your dogs, go back to Gotham, which they only mentioned Gotham, but I got excited about it.
But the fact that they name dropped it so hard, it's like we need to go back to Gotham. It's like
Gotham.
Nobody's trying to go back to Gotham. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to get out of Gotham. Like, so it's like, why are you bringing up Gotham? Are you because man, we all know Amanda Waller not deals with Batman, but like what's it called, is associated with Batman, just because Batman will be like, hey, Waller, this person's doing this. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like he's involved, especially with Arkham Asylum and everything. So saying Gotham like that, I don't know, bro. Maybe we're reading too much into it, but I'm sorry, with how superhero movies are nowadays and TV shows and everything and all these directors and these writers, there's a reason for it. Personally, especially with the reboot of the DCU, I feel like there's a reason for it.
Like you can't just say it and then not expect us to be like, oh, Gotham's gonna make an appearance.
Yeah,
We're
like what,
going to Gotham in Peacemaker.
bro? If they go to listen, I don't think they'd bring in Batman just yet. That's too. There's no real established Batman in this DCU yet. At least, like that's part of the continuity.
As
So
far as we know.
as far as we know, they could just do what is it like what the MCU did in Phase 1 and 2. They could just do like a boop, here's this person, and you're like, what? You know,
What?
and then yeah. So we'll see. And man, out of bio, I really hope that what I think might happen doesn't happen, which is you said it. She's trying to be something she's not, man. She's really trying to be something or maybe she is, but she's going about it the wrong way. She's Amanda
Mhm.
Waller's daughter, so I have no doubts that she could, you know, maybe do some formal training and just go ham and just start
Yeah.
going ham. I mean, look at her with the double pistols in the season one. Where'd that come from? But you can parrot it back to wait a minute, that's Amanda Waller's daughter. Maybe she had her do some stuff when she was younger, and that's why Amanda Waller was like, you need to embrace your God given talent. What
Yeah.
is that God given talent though? We haven't really expanded on that. So
Mhm.
I agree with. I feel like she is trying to be something that she's not right now, and she's being very messy with the ex and the lack of communication. I feel like she's trying to be more like Chris a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's not going to work for her or anyone really. Maybe for the 11th Street kids because they're them. Let's just leave it there. They're them.
Just a team of mess.
Like
That's what
I think yes, the mess team, the messy team. Because good lord, and I that scene was uncomfortable, bro. That's another reason that I was like, man, they did a really good job making that uncomfortable because I was just sitting there like,
oh,
I gotta go real quick.
yeah, I
Let me
wanted to
just
pause. Like I
like,
gotta go.
oh.
I could go outside. I need to fast forward through this.
And I mean, even if you're broken up, right? Like you gotta communicate as you said, and get it out there. Hey, look, I'm swinging by real quick. I'm grabbing something. Not trying to have any drama. No arguments. I guarantee you, her ex probably would have been like, I'm not happy about it, but you know what? Thank you for letting me know. Bam.
Yeah.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hey, buddy.
I feel like the worst part. Oh, is that a puppy?
Yeah, it's our dog Maverick. He's a
Oh,
lazy bum.
Maverick.
He's a lazy bum. I've noticed my girlfriend Jen, she'll be like, "Hey, look at him. He's like, whenever we're watching, like, I don't know what it is, either animated stuff or DC stuff. He just like genuinely looks up at the TV for a long time. And mind you, this is a dog that loves to just lay here on the couch and sleep. Okay, he just lays sleep. But whenever we're watching certain things, he just I don't know. Then Peacemaker's one of them. Like he'll just sit
Oh.
there and he'll be like, I'm like, what are you watching? And then he just
You
goes to sleep.
registering what's happening, Maverick?
Like, are you a fan of the Peacemaker, sir?
He's like,
No,
oh,
but
this
for
is a
real,
good
man.
this is a good show. Put my show on, Dad.
But for real, man, I'm very curious about the quantum unfolding chamber and what they're really gonna do in this other dimension, because he's gonna get involved obviously with his dad and his brother and their business.
Mhm.
So what what this agent what's that agent's name again?
Flurry?
Flurry, thank you. With his bird blindness, what what uh what are we gonna do here? Like I remember in the beginning too. Stop it. Remember in the beginning too. What's it called? They were saying how, oh, we got to get Chris back. Stop it. We got to get Chris back, and I don't know what and why, who that is, like which Harcourt that is.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? I don't know which Harcourt that is. That's going to get Chris back. But why are we getting Chris back? What happened? Where'd Chris go? You
Where
know,
did Chris go?
so I have a strong feeling, man, with the buildup of this episode. Your assumption is right. Like your assumption is right. He is gonna attempt to stay there permanently. He's gonna attempt, but maybe they're gonna figure it. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
You
It's
know,
rough.
I feel like one thing I'm really curious about is Agent Flurry because one, he's hilarious. Tim Meadows is the
Yeah.
actor. He's hilarious in this.
Yeah, he is.
But also he has this, I don't know, there's this sinister energy about him where like there's a lot more to, even though he did get brutally attacked by eagerly the duck.
God, come and
And
get
like
this damn duck.
he doesn't seem that impressive, but they're like, I don't know, there's just something about him where he's giving off like he knows a lot more than he's letting on. So I feel like he's gonna be kind of like a major antagonist of this season, and not Rick Flag Sr. I think it's gonna be like a weird role reversal thing. This is just because he seems too in control of this situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you remember that scene where him and Economos are in that van and doing surveillance, and he's being all giddy, he's being silly, and he gets that call from his not dispatcher but like his captain or directly above him,
Yeah.
and she says, "Oh, we're keeping Economos in the dark on this," and he instantly was like, "Huh?" And then when he got off the phone, it was like he was a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
It, it was like he was a completely different person. Sorry, I don't know what that is. So I'm I'm curious as to why this guy seems so in control, level-headed. He can be giddy, he can be goofy, but then he, at the snap of a finger, he was just so like at Economos, and even Economos was like, "What are you, what are you
What just
staring
happened?
at?"
wasn't really subtle about it.
So you could be right on that, man. Like he could be an antagonist of sorts, because I mean, what if his call sign, his nickname, or his name isn't even really his real name? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what if it's just an alias, just to embed him in there and figure some things out? And once Argus finds out about what that room actually is, oh my God, bro, that they could actually, since it's a quantum unfolding chamber and there's 99 different universes. Robert Pattinson is Batman in a movie in a different universe. All
That
I'm saying is
I mean,
Chris finds the right door.
he is well, so far as we know, even though we're not believing anything they tell us otherwise.
Sure.
The Batman, the Pattinson Batman it's an Elseworld, so this would still fall under that category. Like it's an alternate reality that could be accessed through these dimensional portals. So like they can do it. They have like a literal room full of excuses. It's like, wait, aren't they separate universe? Yeah, but quantum unfolding room. It's fine.
Literal. You like it's so funny because people want an explanation for everything, and it's like in these comic books, Marvel and DC. It's like, look at how many times all of these heroes have been killed or died and come back. Like, come on, are you really that like touched in the head or upset that there's just a way to get to this alternate universe, which is already entangled with the story? It's Elseworlds, an alternate dimension. And
Mm-hmm.
what does the quantum unfolding chamber do? Lead to alternate dimensions and different worlds. Like it would not be hard. And I mean, I know we're excited fanboys, and this is going to be a stretch for me to say. So please, people out there, don't kill me. But they really could if they wanted to. Like the whole Gotham thing, DC Elseworlds, this unfolding chamber, they could easily just, Adebayo knows about it, which I think is very significant. That yes, she's good friends with Chris, but she knows about the quantum unfolding chamber, the only
Yeah.
one so far. I guess Economos kind of knows, but not really.
And Vigilante.
Oh
Since
yeah, that's right. And Vigilante. Sorry, Vigilante. But the fact that Adebayo, like wants to go to Gotham, or they're from Gotham, or whatever the case is, and I don't know, man. There's just a lot of different things that could happen here, and that's why this episode was kind of I was on the fence about it, because there was so much. There's so many different directions that they can go in. Especially, first of all, once they introduced that quantum unfolding chamber in season one, it was like, whoa, what, what? And that actually makes more sense, with the whole Justice Gang and everything. It actually works. So, man, I'm very curious what James Gunn and the other writers, like what their plan is, what their goal is with this, right? Like what are we gonna have Chris do when he's
Mhm.
over there? Is we see, obviously, as I said earlier, he's gonna play hero, or not play hero, be what he wants to be. And you see the crowd running after him and like being crazy and everything, and that's what he wants. He wants the fame and glory, kind of like Booster Gold, but not really. Like he wants the fame and glory, but he also wants to be appreciated for what he's trying to do. So I just hope that his whole character development doesn't go out the window once he goes over there. You know, like once he starts getting all of this, and obviously that's not going to last. So
yeah.
what are some of your predictions, man? Because that is it's a big order to fill from DC, but they can do it.
Well, first off, before I get into my prediction, I need a couple minutes to talk about how absolutely epic Eagly was.
Oh,
and
bro,
fight scene at the end, because I was scared. Not that I doubted Eagly, but that whole scene, I was like, okay, when is he going to get shot and killed?
I
Like,
thought that too.
that is going to happen.
I thought that. I was
But
actually
he
like,
didn't. He was just
boss.
going off on all these dudes.
And rightfully so, man.
It wasn't even a close fight. Even when he had like that epic slow motion walk, you know, which was so cool. I was like, okay, new favorite super animal. He's tied with Crypto.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I need a Legion of Super Pets movie live action right now with Crypto, Eagly, and is there any others in the DCU right now?
Not that I can think of. No.
I don't really count Weasel. I won't do
Yeah,
that.
no.
But I was just like, okay, he's gonna get shot now, right? But he didn't. So I was just like, okay, we're good. Eagly is a real gangster, and we're moving forward. I will believe anything when he's fighting any super powered villain.
No, it's for real, bro. You nailed it. The fight wasn't even close. I was sitting here and I'm like, oh, after I think it was the second or third attack on somebody, I was like, nobody's touching him. Nobody's touching him.
He's gone.
I mean, I still was scared though, because realistically, I feel like he should have gotten shot, and I was really hoping that didn't happen. Thank God it didn't, because I don't think I would have forgave the show for that. But I'm glad that it didn't happen. But I also am glad on the flip side that it showed, yeah, Eagly's not just some stupid bird. You know, that's some characters in the show or the universe might say. Eagly is a badass. Like he took out
Legit.
what, like 4 or 5 guys on his own
A whole
without even breaking a
military
sweat.
squad.
Like he's so good, and I would love to see him and Chris actually like have a, what is it, like a Crypto and Superman moment, you know, where they're like going ham
Just
together.
ultimate team up.
No, seriously, like with the whole squad if they're there, whatever the case is, but to just see them going like that, you know, back to back or whatever the case is, he's flying around doing his thing, and Chris might like shoot somebody, and then Eagly comes in and takes their eye, or I don't know. It's like, man, I'm excited to see what they might bring with Eagly as well. Man, I'm stuck on this alternate dimension thing, because you know, the Flash TV show, Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Everybody saw what happened with this guy. He literally went back in time, saved his mom, then went back in time and stops himself from saving his mom like that, and that he tried to make restitution, and he still got screwed over. You know what I'm saying? So with Peacemaker, this is something kind of, it's not messing with the same timeline, but it's still messing with quantum realms and different universes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, what are the consequences going to be here?
What's the catch?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious for tonight's episode, because I feel like we should get some gold today.
What, Booster Gold?
No, please.
No.
Anybody but that
Anybody
guy.
but Booster Gold.
I know that he has redemption. Yes, that's fine, but no. Let's just stay over there, Booster. It's fine.
we're not ready for Booster Gold yet.
No.
But before we get into predictions, we got a comment from Carmen. Back with you guys. Doing great. Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you for hopping on DC Decode. We're having such a great time, and we appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate you.
Yeah. So in terms of predictions for tonight. So for one, and we talked about this last week briefly. I don't think this alternate reality is as great as it appears to be. Like, when something's too good to be true, chances are it probably is.
Yeah.
And like, I have, like, even though they seem real kind and loving, I have a feeling this is like a super alt-right universe, because I feel it coming. That's such a messed up thing that I feel like James Gunn would do.
I mean, it's in the comic. You know what I mean? It's in the comics, bro. Like, there's
Yeah,
there's a whole Nazi world, you know, in one of the universes where
like
they literally took over.
it's Earth X, right?
Yeah. Yep. Earth X. So
Yeah.
it's like, I would have this. This definitely does not seem like Earth X, because there would be swastikas everywhere and it would be dark and gloomy. But I mean, it could be, you know, another universe, like you said, that's very, 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 very right wing in the worst possible way. And I mean, hey, there's probably ones with left wing in the worst possible way as well. But
Yeah.
this one seems like it might be the latter, you know. And I mean, whew, I think, to compound on your prediction before you go to your next prediction, I think you're right, man. And we did talk about this, and I've been thinking about it nonstop, especially after seeing that preview and seeing his brother be like, just the way he looks at him, it's just weird. He's like, "You okay? You
It's like,
you're
you're
disappearing
too
more than
loving.
normal." No. It's I don't know, man. There is something off with this dimension, and that Chris that came from that dimension, we were both like, whoa, 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 buddy, you are
Dude's crashing out.
way too crazy right now. What is happening? It's literally an alternate version of you. And if our Chris met another version of himself just like he did, I feel like he'd be like, oh shit, are you down for peace? You know, like, or something.
Are you down for peace?
That's something he would say, bro. Come on.
I'm gonna start saying that now. Just like, hey, bro, you down for peace?
You're like, what? Excuse me?
Guess not.
I mean, that's what that other Chris seemed like. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's like, dang, you're like not even that's what kind of got me thinking. It's like, you're not even gonna ask questions. Like, oh, he kind of did, but he wasn't giving him a chance to answer.
No, it's like,
so I was just first. And like looking at the previews, I'm like, I only see white people, and I'm still kind of put off by as far as maybe there were people of color in that alternate reality that I just missed in the trailer. We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. I don't remember.
I'm just like, I'm still kind of traumatized from last season by the white dragon, and like, besides the color, he looks the same. It still kind of looks like a clan thing.
That's thank you for mentioning that. I was actually gonna mention that. It's like his costume is still kind of the same. I mean, granted, it's not all white with variations of white or whatever the hell he did in the first season, but it's still the same design. Still the same design. What are we doing here? And then the brother's costume, I can't even remember exactly what it is right now, but I feel like it kind of resembles the dad's costume a little bit. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
I gotta pull it up because.
Thank you, because I can't think of it right now.
He kind of looks like Judge Dredd.
The brother, right?
Yeah, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Hold on, let me see if they'll pull up a picture of him in his super suit. It's a drawing of it.
What?
That's not. Come on. All right. That's his best. All right, hold on. I'm gonna share the screen. Y'all in the chat. Y'all let me know.
Yeah, please.
What you think of this? Let's see. All right, you're gonna see my Google. Yeah. So it's kind of. Can y'all see that?
Okay, yeah, that's yeah. What the hell? It's like they ripped off Judge Dredd.
It's a little Judge Dreddy.
Okay, and it's starting to come back. Yeah.
So I'm like, I can also see him being, you know, kind of not kind of. If this is what's gonna happen.
Very, 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 very racist.
Very racist.
And
that's why he's red with the blood of, people.
Ooh, that I mean that actually is pretty what's it called? Dangerously poetic in a weird way, for it to be that, like, the meaning behind that. And knowing James Gunn, man, I have no doubts that he would pull this.
Mhm.
Like he would actually pull this. It's like, oh wow, everything's perfect. Like, especially Chris, like, oh, everything's perfect here. And then, I don't know, maybe his brother and his dad, they have a conversation and they say something. Like, what is it that imps? What are imps?
They were getting, they were going off on imps.
That what are imps, and I haven't looked it up. I haven't looked anything up, especially in regards to that, because I have zero idea what that could possibly be. Zero. So
Like we were talking about last week, how I thought them talking about imps was teasing Mr. Mixie Pitalik
yeah,
in the future. But like, what if imps is a type of racial slur for a group of people in this
that's
reality?
that's what I'm saying. It's an
You know?
alternate dimension. So what if, yeah, I don't know. I hope it's more the latter. It's like a villain, something related to a villain, like,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
it's
cooler.
what we don't we we're just, oh, okay, whew, we're just traumatized from the original reality, and this is just, yeah, poppycock. We're good. We're good. But man, I don't know, bro. I have a strong, sad feeling that's not the case.
I'm like, just in case, Adebayo, don't go there.
Yeah,
You
stay out
you
of that chamber.
you
Just
stay home.
yeah.
Just
Her
not that it's much better in the original reality, but
yeah, no. Yeah, it's way worse over there. I don't think there's anybody else of culture on the team, like a Hispanic, Asian. No, I don't think there's anybody else. Right? No.
everyone else can go.
Yeah. Wow, it's kind of sad. I mean, nobody on that task force team can go there though. Whew.
No, definitely
Like
not.
literally none of them.
Oh, what did Carmen have to say? Can you imagine being Chris and having to cut your own body into pieces?
See, okay, thank you
Ah,
for saying that, Carmen, because there's like three different things that I have been thinking about that have been bothering me that I couldn't remember. This is one of them. I think mentally, thank you, mentally, and his character growth as well. Him having to do that. If you see in the scene where they're doing that, he the whole time he's just like, I think he had like an eyebrow quiver once that I was like, John Cena is not that good of an actor to me a lot of the time. But I will say there's instances throughout this whole show where he genuinely surprises me. And that
yeah.
scene was one of them. It's very subtle, not very, it's pretty subtle, but you'll still notice it. And he's just like, like if internally freaking out, which would make sense why he had where it seemed like he had such a serious panic attack later on the
Mhm.
rooftop. Like that would actually play into it being like, okay, wow, I was trying to just be helpful here and tell you that I get it, but you got defensive and tore me to pieces. Great.
This- yeah, it was like talk about just the mental trauma that will put on you, cutting your own body into pieces. And I also kind of saw it. We're going to be a little bit metaphorically here, like him just cutting up and burning away his past self, and now it's like his transition into this new peacemaker. Just be a little poetic about it.
That's
But
actually a very good prediction, no?
but still, like when he's just looking at his own eyes as it's on fire,
Like burning, yeah.
I was just like, there needs to be, for all these characters, there needs to be a superhero therapist. Because I feel like a lot of issues with these superheroes could be resolved with a super therapist.
Well,
You
that's
know?
something that they do in Young Justice with Black Canary, and she does that for the
Yeah.
whole team. So why, we need to bring that in? And come on, like there's a ton of doctors in
I
DCU.
loved that in Young Justice. I'm like, oh, finally, Robin is getting therapy.
Yeah, of all people, Robin, thank God.
God, like
Well, that him and Superboy too, because
yeah, especially Superboy. It's like, well, technically, I'm a few weeks old. I'm
literally.
freaking out.
Yeah, and I have all this strength and durability and enhanced senses, and I just feel angry. I remember I was laughing so hard. We're kind of guys segueing, guys. Laughing so hard, man. During the first few episodes in the first season, this man was just screaming the entire time.
That,
Like he
that
would
was
just
his
like
dialogue.
he pop off the handle. You have no idea what it feels like. Whoa, okay, bro.
Ah,
Calm down, Connor. It's
chill, bro.
okay. But no, I'm very, cause I remember I said about Blue Beetle being mentored by a different Chris, which is well, same Chris, but different incarnation of him because he died and came back. But I wonder, wow, okay, bear with me on this because this is actually a really weird off the wall prediction or I guess want maybe. uh,
You're the
he
want. Give me the want.
he unfortunately has runs into his demise this season, especially messing with this alternate dimension. I mean, he literally killed, but albeit being an accident, he killed that dimension's Chris. So somebody said it. I can't remember. Was it Vigilante that said, "What if they find out that you're the one who did it? What do you think they're gonna do?" It exactly. I feel like that was foreshadowing too. It's like when they find that out, what are they gonna do? And there's been times where I thought they were actually gonna make Peacemaker have to go to the hospital or be so hurt that like he is out of commission for an entire episode. What if they go that route of it's the same. It's not the same Chris. It's a similar Chris, but different incarnation of him. So what if he meets his demise and come back and then come in? But the time that he was gone, dead or whatever, there's a Young Justice or maybe just Blue Beetle doing his thing, and then they incorporate something else, maybe a Flash or something or another Wonder I don't know, but somehow bring in the Justice League or Teen
Mhm.
Titans or something, or the Justice Gang, excuse me. And I don't know, maybe they could pan it to that, but I feel like if they're going this route of Chris potentially meeting his demise, I mean, I could be wrong, but I would have to assume that James Gunn, being the comic nerd that he is, and how accurate some things have been, that he would have known about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go completely left field and say
Peacemaker will die.
maybe, I don't know. Like, well, let's watch tonight's episode and then see how this alternate dimension really is, because I think you're onto something, bro.
I it that would be. I would honestly, I would be if it was done. If it's done well, and Peacemaker dies, if it's done well, I will accept it. Otherwise, I'm still very much like, we need to protect Peacemaker at all costs. That is my sweet baby boy. I don't want anything to hurt him.
No, I agree. I
you
agree.
know.
And I think that's what will make it more noble is the
Mm,
fact that we're like, yo, okay, he's damaged. He's working through it. He's becoming a better him. He's trying, and then it could be a noble death. Like he could actually sacrifice himself for Harcourt or for Adebayo, or someone. Like he could get in the line of fire and it was just too much, and it's a well deserved, like, you truly are a hero, you
yeah.
truly are. Like you didn't do this for fame, you didn't do this just to be appreciated, you didn't do it just to get recognized, you did it because the other person needed it and you were willing to do it. Like
Yeah.
if they do it like that, that would be beautiful. But to be honest with you, I don't really foresee Peacemaker kicking the bucket right now. The show's too,
Yeah.
unless they do that storyline, bro. Unless they do that and bring him back, that's the only way it will still thrive. But I just don't think that they would do it, especially not this early on in the season. But I just don't think that they would do it right now. Maybe in a
Yeah.
movie, like Rick Flag, Jr. I did not expect him to die in the Suicide Squad movie. I did not expect that. I thought it was like, oh, okay, they're gonna go back to him later, and he's like, he's still breathing, but barely, and they give him oxygen and they take care of him. No, he is murked. My boy is gone. So
Deaderoni.
he's gone. So that took me for a big shock. I mean, everybody who was watching it, they were like, what? Because I mean, he was in the other Suicide Squad movie, and he was cool. Like I liked him. I liked him. So I mean,
Suicide Squad.
yeah.
That brought back some memories. Just guys walking around, fight scene, more walking around.
More
Fight.
shit talking, and then that's it.
It's a good thing that just stayed.
Like I didn't. Okay, I hated the theatrical cut because it didn't really have some of the stuff. Obviously, the stuff that the extended cut did. But once I saw the extended cut of it, I was like, oh, okay, I actually like this a little bit more. Still not great, but it's not terrible, ish.
Yeah, with that one, I just kind of stared at it. And then you were like, oh, watch the extended edition. And, I stared at it for more, but just for longer. And I was like, all right, yeah, this needs to go over here.
Yeah, let's just put that in the may or may not ever watch that again corner.
Yeah. I was like, I will say, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she was a great Harley Quinn.
Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. Like, God tier casting.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
two. No complaints there. I honestly really liked Will Smith as Deadshot. I thought he was cool.
I agree.
I would like to see him come back. And I think that's the only reason why they had Bloodsport in the new Suicide Squad movie, because just Will Smith. They were gonna have Will Smith come back, but scheduling, he couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say they're both significant characters in the comics. So I mean, they could do a Bloodsport versus Deadshot. Oh God, that would be nasty.
That
But
would be a movie.
But I mean, I feel like Will Smith would have been really good in the Suicide Squad movie too. But Idris Elba, he killed it as Bloodsport. He is Bloodsport. Like
he was great. He was great.
He is Bloodsport. The whole casting for that entire movie. All the DC castings actually have been, aside from Ezra Miller, have been pretty solid. Like I have no real complaints so
honestly
far.
Hold on, I just thought, I know we're supposed to be talking about Peacemaker and our predictions for this episode, but I just have to go off on this. Remember in the Suicide Squad movie when they said Bloodsport shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet and put him in the hospital?
Yeah.
And so since that movie now technically takes place in the DCU, is it kind of a plot hole? Because in the Superman movie it says Superman has never lost a fight until he fought Ultraman, who was disguised as the Hammer of Baravia. So we're like, didn't he technically lose that fight against Bloodsport if he shot him?
I mean, it depends, right? Because it depends if because he could have shot him with a kryptonite bullet, but Superman still could have either knocked out Bloodsport or maybe
just beat him up a bit, or maybe it doesn't count as a fight. Maybe it was just like a drive-by, so,
I mean,
so that doesn't count.
I don't know, man. That's a good, or maybe it just hasn't happened yet. Like maybe no, never mind. That wouldn't make any sense because no, that wouldn't make any sense because the Peacemaker, the retcon that they did, you have Supergirl there with the Justice Gang as well, meaning that Superman didn't arrive yet, or he did.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. No, maybe he didn't arrive yet. I don't know.
Whoa! I just got hit with major deja vu. I feel like I had this conversation before. Someone. Oh.
I don't know. Maybe did we have this conversation last? I don't think we specifically spoke about this, but maybe we did.
Maybe. All right. Anyway, so back to Peacemaker.
Yeah.
My other predictions. I think one prediction that I was having was, I think Harcourt. I think we talked about this last week. I think Harcourt is going to end up betraying them. At first, she's going to betray the 11th Street Gang. Like, just her eyeing that like Cashier's Wanted poster got me thinking like, oh, she's really desperate now. So that means she's willing to do anything to get out of this funky feeling that she's in.
True.
So like, I can totally see her at this low point in her life, like using the trust of her friends for her own benefit.
Yeah, sad to say, but I have to agree with that. I could definitely see her betraying the group, especially Chris. And I have the prediction to go off your prediction, which is crazy because I've been thinking about it this entire time. I feel like the first because both hardcourts are going to betray people. I can literally feel that in my bones. Both of them are going to betray people. But I feel like the first sense of betrayal we're going to see is the alternate dimension hardcourt. I feel like.
Mm,
I feel like that one might be the first one that we see, only because Chris isn't supposed to be there. You know,
right.
he isn't supposed to be there, and you know, like yeah, it's like an alternate version of us showing up when you and I are somewhere. I don't know, and it looks like us, sounds like us, walks like us. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it must be a duck, right? So like if it looks like Chris, sounds like Chris, and moves like Chris, it's got to be him. You know, but I feel like in this day and age, in the show, excuse me, that's what we kind of see, like what I said earlier with his brother, kind of seeing that, and I feel like his dad might start catching on, and then this
Hmm.
Harcourt might as well. Like I don't know, man. I feel like we're about to get like this is about to be a real episode. Like a
Yeah.
lot of things happening. It just seems too happy go lucky in the preview. Like I
It's
don't
it
know.
it's too like I'm like this is too perfect. Something is wrong. Oh, you know what? Another idea. And it just popped in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. What if in this alternate reality they're not all racist, but what if in this alternate reality it's a world that failed to stop the butterflies from the first season? So they're all the humans are butterflies. That's why everything seems so perfect and happy because they're all working together.
But would
You know,
the brother and the dad be butterflies as well?
I think so.
And
Maybe like they're still alive in this universe, but and the butterflies they get all of your memories since they're in your
true.
brain.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I don't know if that
No,
works.
that's not. I honestly, now that you say that, that's a solid thing because the butterflies were such a huge part of the first season. I mean, it was literally what the first season was about.
Yeah, so
So,
I'm trying to think like, well, what's another equally terrifying thing? And I just like had an image of like the alternate hardcore like going crazy and attacking Chris when she finds out that he's not her Chris.
yeah, exactly.
And so I was like, oh, it's because she's a butterfly. They're all butterflies.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually really good because again, they won. I mean, by the skin of their teeth, they won in the first season. So what if, like, by the skin of their teeth, they lost?
Mm-hmm.
And in that, in that alternate universe, damn, that's good because that would actually make for a good multiple. I like sometimes when shows have multiple plots in one season if it's done right, because then it could just be way too messy. Way
Yeah.
too messy, and we've got several subplots going on with like Adebayo and Economos and Harcourt, but the main plot is dealing with Chris and this alternate dimension. But I feel like there's going to be another main plot. Like like there's like two things that are looming, and I just don't know what. And that could honestly very well be it. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of hoping that it's that instead of the alternative, which is the racist stuff.
Racist.
But also, I mean, I look forward to seeing how Chris would handle that and see how exactly they do it in this alternate dimension. And I think my final prediction is I feel like we're either going to get hinted at, excuse me, what kind of language was that? I feel like we're going to get some hints either for the Justice Gang or maybe, and this is a big stretch of a prediction, that's why I say it's my final one, of Superman. Like I feel like not that we're gonna see him. There's no way we're seeing him right now. But maybe like a hint, like one of the episodes they said, oh yeah, Lex's anomaly a while back or something like that. So obviously Peacemaker is a few days or weeks or months after the Superman movie. I forget what the timeline
I
is.
think it's like a month.
A month? Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like one of my predictions is especially with this quantum unfolding chamber, I feel like we're gonna get some hint or nod, maybe a cameo, maybe
Maybe
maybe, but I feel like we could potentially get just hints towards like something else, like the Justice Gang, because they were the first episode, or maybe a member of the Justice Gang or something. I feel like it's too early, a little too early for cameos, just a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Then again, we just had a big one in the first episode, so but I feel like in order to push things forward with this new DCU, my prediction is that they're gonna bring in information about people, either the Justice Gang or
Mm.
Superman himself, or maybe Batman, you know, or something, another character that we all like know and love and want to see come in, but also maybe at the end there might be a cameo, like something like a they need extra help, or in this alternate dimension there's a hero there, like, and they're combating with Chris's dad's group because of the nature of either they're butterflies and there's a few people who aren't butterflies but they're good at hiding it, or I don't know, man. But yeah, that's my final big prediction is the whole either a big cameo at the end, or the hints and nods to various characters or storylines, you know, like with the Justice Gang and Superman. Oh, I don't know. That's what I really want to see, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would be. We know for a fact there is going to be a major cameo, because I do in an interview. James Gunn said, episode, I want to say 6, the last 3 episodes, 6, 7, and 8, but particularly episode 6 and episode 8 have major cameos in it. So it is possible we could see Superman, or even like the back of his head or something. You know, like that's a high possibility, and I would be so down to see that, because like I feel like it would be a full circle thing for Superman to show up, because Peacemaker is trying to be a better hero.
Yep.
And we already saw in the first episode how he doesn't click at all with the Justice Gang and how they do things. So maybe he goes to Superman and he's like, I want to be like you. So like that's kind of like the start of this version of the Justice League, with including Peacemaker. And you know, because Superman will kind of mentor him into being that hero. It's kind of like what he does with the Justice League in the cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, they make some more organized and consistent, and you know, it's so like it's. I think it's very much in the realm of possibility. And we have a question here from Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for stopping by.
What's up, Cheryl?
I got to see Superman for Peacemaker season 2. Not.
Okay, I'll say. Make sure. Well, I mean, I'm assuming you've already seen all of season 1. I would say it would help. Maybe it's not too important yet, but it would help, because then you would have better backstory with these characters. So when you see them come up in the first episode and they're talking to Chris and they're being the way they're being, you're like, oh yeah, I remember them from Superman, and that's how they were in that movie, you know, and that this is how the Justice Gang is. So you know, it would make more sense to you if you do see the Superman movie before watching the episode, because you would have a better backstory and connection to the characters, and it would actually make more sense instead of being there like, well, who are they, and why do they think that they're so much better than him, or why are they being like that with him? You know, like I think that personally, maybe it's not a necessity, but I would recommend maybe doing it just for the overall lore and the nature of the show.
Yeah, just kind of like what Rob said. You know, if you want to get a better grasp of what kind of universe you're dealing with, where it's just, hey, yeah, there's superheroes around and monsters and vigilantes, like that's just the universe. Like, for sure, watch Superman anyway, because it's a great movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, will you not understand what's happening in season 2 of Peacemaker if you don't see Superman? No. So if you don't have time to go see Superman, you can just watch Peacemaker season 2. It's totally fine. Definitely watch season 1 of Peacemaker. I'm like we said, we're assuming you have. Yeah. But also maybe also the Suicide Squad movie, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That
definitely watch that one if you haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
That's a big plot point for season 2 of Peacemaker and season 1 for both of them. Watch Suicide Squad.
I meant to say the whole show. It's important to the whole show.
But yeah, thanks for the question. And then Movie Lovers Unite. Hey, bro, just showing some love.
Appreciate it, man.
movie lovers, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
So great
much.
hearing from you. Absolutely, another great program. But yeah, any other predictions you have, Rob? I know that you said that was your final one, but any others kind of ruminating in there before we go off to watch episode 3?
Yeah, I'm so hyped. Man, that was it. I mean, I guess
I think
the
I might have
only.
one.
Oh, you might have one. Nice. The
Yeah,
only
I have
other
one.
thing I
In the
can.
alternate reality, Eagly is actually going to be a duck. And it's going to be Ducky.
That would that would be
Peacemaker and Ducky.
hilarious. That would be hilarious, and that would be such a good
What do you think?
a good like humor point for the show.
I can't hear you, Rob.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Technical difficulties.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Is it me? Am I the problem?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I can hear you.
Yeah, you're silent. Did I? No, you're not muted. It's the universe.
Yeah, what the hell? Can you still not hear me?
What's Oh, Movie Lovers Unite said he can hear both of you.
Oh.
He can hear both of us. You hear both, but I can't hear you. Then I'm the problem. Hold on.
What?
We're going on an adventure.
That's so funny.
Am I the problem? Oh, I am the problem. Hello?
Yeah, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, here's my house. So I don't know what's happening. Here, I'm gonna leave and then come back, and then we'll do a official closing.
Oh, sounds good.
Sorry,
guys. Sorry for the technical difficulty, guys. But thank you all so much for
how do I get
joining
out?
us. Thank you for joining us and being with us on this discussion with Peacemaker and the DCU. And I know we go off on tangents. I think that's just going to be a thing with us going forward. We're probably just going to go off on tangents. we love the DC comics. We love the DC world in general, and it's just been a pleasure doing this because I finally found somebody who loves DC as much as I do, and maybe more. You know, who knows? But we love talking about DC. So being on this DC Decode series, man, you're gonna love what we're gonna talk about, especially because it's relation to Peacemaker. But also, Alex and I love this group in DC Comics called the Authority. So eventually, we will get to the Authority and everything like that. But for now, we're gonna stick with Peacemaker, and our boy is back.
Okay, so it was me. I'm the problem. I'm sorry.
It's all good, bro. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Bro, it's so funny because like you couldn't hear me, but they could hear us, and the way how our conversation was going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to like see that because that's
it was just like what's that? people watching the repeat are gonna be like, Alex is going crazy. Something happened to him.
Like we can hear you guys, but okay, whatever.
So what had happened was I had an alarm set for like some reason, and the alarm went off, and then it was also like, hey, I'm gonna just turn off sound completely. So
that makes sense because you went out for a minute when you were talking, but it was really quickly. So I didn't say anything about it. But like, yeah, you went out really quickly. So man, that could have been it. That could have been when it happened. So, but it's fixed, so we're good.
Yeah, but that's all I had. The Ducky. That was my prediction.
Yeah, that would be hilarious, man. Yeah, I don't have any more predictions except the whole Kristen Harcourt thing. She's gonna betray them, especially him. So we will. I'm sure we'll talk after we watch this episode tonight. But yeah, I'm excited to get to it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll cut it there. We're gonna head off right to see episode 3. Want to thank everyone in the chat for stopping by. If you're watching the replay, put it down in the comments. What did you think of episode 2, and what are your predictions for episode 3? And please go to the Big Rob Theories channel, subscribe to it. He does amazing content over there on top of DC Decode. You're awesome, Rob. I love working with you. This is great. So glad we're finally doing this.
Hell yeah,
Episode
man.
2.
And please
And
check out and still support Alex even more so, because like I was saying when you were gone, like we love DC Comics so much, and it's nice to find someone who equally loves it. Maybe you love it more, who knows, you know? But the fact is that we love DC Comics so much. So it's just nice that, you know, we have that. So guys, continue to support this man as much as possible, as much as humanly possible. And please stay tuned for next week when we do DC Decode episode 3.
and it's going to be so great. See you, everyone.
Take it easy, guys.
Dun, dun.